Mining is in crisis, the rand weakening, the economy fragile, and international perception is faltering. We spent time in the platinum mining belt of Rustenburg. On the day that we filmed in this area, things were very tense. Behind me, you see the remains of a barricade where earlier a truck was hijacked, a man was set alight and killed, and another man was shot lying in hospital. Around me are miners, some who are working, some who are not. There is a lot of tension in this area. Cars are now being allowed through, but this region where mining reigns supreme remains a tough, scary place to be sometimes. Part of these tensions remain the ongoing fighting between the National Union of Mine Workers and rebel upstart eNCA. For years, the union heavyweight, NUM, has not come out of this looking good. It's bleeding, both members and lives. It appears unable to stop the hemorrhaging. In some mines, membership is down from 70% to just 13%. Further, NUM is accused of cozying up to mine management. I spoke to NUM boss Frans Beleni and began by asking him if his union had lost touch with its workers.
We don't think that NUM has lost touch with the workers. We need to look at the contributory factors of the current quandary which has engulfed the mining industry. If you put it to proper perspective, it boils down to social challenges facing the country. Inequalities, poverty, as well as unemployment. Those are the main contributory factors. If you look at the employed workers who have become poor workers, given that they are earning very low salaries with a huge gap with their bosses, it also complicates things.
But you are hemorrhaging, you're losing members. I mean, in one mine, membership was down to 13%. I know there's a legal challenge to that, but the point is, I mean, that's a big drop from 70 to 13.
It is a big drop. What guides us, Deborah, is principle. We will not lie to our members because we want to be popular. We will not embrace demagogic approach. We want to tell the members truth even if they don't like it, whether that be principle. And over a period of time, those workers will come back in realizing that one way or another they were misled.
I understand that they're luring them with false promises, as you say, but isn't it also partly NUM's fault? I mean, isn't there some deep introspection going on that you allowed this situation to get out of control, where you yourself couldn't get out of an armored police vehicle to address your own people? Your own people.
Deborah, I think we need to concede that in certain instances we relaxed. We are a 30-year-old organization. We thought that the system, the machinery of the union at all levels was as effective as supposed to be the case. Indeed, the system has failed us.
NUM has been slammed for paying its executives massive salaries. Salaries that result in union bosses becoming alienated from their workers. Frans Beleni's last pay hike netted him an annual 1.4 million rand, nearly double that of Cosatu boss Zwelenzima Vavi. He is no longer part of the working class. Is he still able to even identify with their needs?
Well, you must understand that, Deborah, I don't come from heaven. I'm a mine worker. I work underground for many, many years. I was a machine driller. I fully understand. For us to be able to work in the union, you must have empathy. You must understand the dynamics and the pain of those workers who are going through. Otherwise, I wouldn't be working for the union. I would be working for somewhere and more salary. But it's because of the passion and commitment to do better insofar as members are concerned, and mine workers in particular.
But you don't live in a one-room shack and eat rice every night. And I'm not suggesting for 1 second that you should, and I don't think Spongile should. All I'm saying is there's such a gap, and the perception is that NUM leaders like yourself have actually become nothing more than well-paid unionists who cozy up to management.
If you can look at the efforts being made, although it's not enough, of housing in Lonmin, housing in Anglo Platinum and other industry, it's not because these companies have a good heart, it's because of our effort. In some instances, we even want to embark on a strike, not for a basic salary increases, but for safety, for housing, for employee sub schemes. So it can't be a sweetheart union or a union where the leadership has actually abandoned and forgotten the cause of the workers.
Frans, you answer my questions, but you don't answer the specifics. You're talking around it, and I'm trying to ask you very, very specific questions here. My perception is NUM is so focused on Zuma getting into power that you have lost sight of the fact that you're a union, that you are fighting political battles. It's the same as government. There is no governance going on because the ANC is consumed with Mangaung.
The Mangaung story is a perception which the media is creating. We have never spent time focusing on Mangaung. Let's put that aside. The issue of telling workers that they can get 21,000 and 16,000, we can't go and lie to our workers. We were given a mandate to conclude a wage agreement, which we signed, right? So what else should you do when you have been given a mandate of thousands of workers and say, we are happy with this agreement, we will see it next time when we re-engage with the employer?